morning. Good morning. Good morning. Been looking and what do we have? Good morning, Heidi. This morning we had Mama T and Mrs. Coin Crew hosting. I guess I just got COVID and she's not feeling real good. So those two did her show this morning, which I thought was kind of neat. I got there a little late. The pit bull, if you can see, she's laying right here. Miss Pfeiffer. She's just laying right there, stretching. Yeah. You're a fucking ham, aren't you? You're a ham, aren't you? You're a ham. All right. That's enough of a dog. All right. Miss Pfeiffer got me up. She sleeps with me when I'm babysitting. She woke me up at 8:15 this morning. So I did manage to make the show. Anyway, making notes about what I got to do later here. I have to go get a hydraulic filter for my wood splitter. I got to get an oil filter for my tractor. I got to get a key made because I busted off a key yesterday, and I got to get some 18 gauge brads for my brad nailer. And then yesterday, I was so afraid because this pit bull does not like cats at all. Does not like cats. And she's killed two of my cats that I had. They were outside wilder cats, so it's not a big deal. But I have a cat that I care for, and I put like $400 into that cat, getting her spayed, getting her shots, take her for annual checkups and stuff. I raised her in my shop, and she's my cat. And so I try to keep the pit bull and that cat separate whenever I can. Anyway, yesterday I had the pit bull in the pickup, pulled up to the shop, let the cat in the door because she wants to eat. So I fed the cat, shut the door, put the pit bull out on the rope, hooked to my gas barrel out there. So I was going to go in the shop, leave her outside. Morning, Ron. And the cat decided to want to come out the door at the same time the pit bull was going in, and I couldn't get it stopped, and I broke the key in my lock. And well, wonder of all wonders, the cat just laid down there on the cement floor, and the pit bull was surprised, I think, and went over and started nuzzling her belly fur and stuff. And the cat just got up and decided to walk off, and the dog was going to follow her. And I just decided to end it right there. And I was completely surprised. The dog did not immediately bite the cat. The cat did not immediately run. And I think that's why the dog acted the way it did. But that was surprising. That was really surprising. I waited to do this until the mail came. I went out to see if there's any more packages, blah, blah, blah. There isn't. So we're going to open one package. I got one from Stack Ann. There's a race wind in here. I know there is. Don't know what it is because I forget all the time. And then I wanted to show some of my military themed coins. And I don't have them all in here because I went out yesterday and I looked in a couple of my ammo cans, and there was a Civil War set in there and a World War II set. I didn't bring them in. I just have the individuals that I have here in the house. I brought them in, or I have them in here. So I'm going to show those. I got some bars. I got some rounds. I got units that I was in. Just general Army stuff, challenge coins that people have given me, my challenge coins. So there you go, man. I just got some coins I'm going to show this morning. That's all. And then I'm going to go run and do some more buying this morning for hydraulic filters and oil filters and stuff. So let's open one package. Yeah, I'll put the camera down so you can see me opening. Yeah, I got shorts on. Isn't it wonderful that I don't show you my junk? I could be sitting here naked, but I'm not. These shorts are what I wear all day in the summertime, and it is a little warm out today, so I'm gonna wear these shorts, like basketball shorts, just over the knee shorts. All right, let's see what Stack. Oh shit! Let's see what Stack Ann sent me, should we? And she always tapes it inside the package, so it takes a little bit of work to get it out of there. Oh, there it comes. All right, there we go. Yeah, that's it. I might be able to save that one. I don't know. Let me see if I can peel this label off. Oh, yeah, look at that. I'll be able to save this one. And you wonder how come these labels don't come off in the mail system? But man, oh man, they don't for some reason. I watch them when they slap them on it. They don't get everything. They don't get the edges sealed down or anything. And it amazes me that these things actually stay on. Look at that. Yeah. Crazy. But they stay on. Actually, you guys tape stuff up better than the security of the post office. All right, let's just cut this because I don't see it coming apart any other way. There we go. There we go, Miss America. And more tape on here, and you know what to do with. There we go. Tape that. Get that off of there. All right, what do we got here? I got I appreciate you. Sure, he's got some neat little cards to send. You got a little note on the back, which I appreciate. We got two things here. What is the first thing? Looks like just a Type 1 ASE. Another one for the tube. I'm missing two Type 1s and two Type 2s to fill both of them tubes. So, yeah, my fingers look great, don't they? That's what happens when you work. I'm sure you guys know. What year is this anyway? It's a 2008. Wonderful. Well, it comes out of that. It comes out of the capsule. So I'll say the capsule or something else that goes in a tube. Let's see what this is. This is the one that's got me intrigued here. It's a liquor in the front. And you already know what it is. Poker in the rear. Or poker in the back. I don't know if I won this or not. I may have. I don't think this is silver, is it? It doesn't say it's silver, so. I'll test it, but I don't think it's silver. It's got a nice weight to it, though. I mean, actually feels heavier. About the same. But that's funny. I don't remember getting that, but Stackhand, if you sent that to me because I'm goofy, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I don't remember. I don't remember winning that. Oh God. Yeah, my hands look real good, don't they? Shit. This one especially. That's shellac or glue or something on there that won't come off. Yeah, that one finger and thumb got her pretty good right there. So remnants of wood splitting. There you go. That's what we got. Let me turn that one around just like that. Yeah. And I like the poker in the back better. All right, that's what we got there. All right, let's turn it around and let's see if we can adjust this camera to where we're not looking at a pillow, but we're looking over there. And I can bring that closer, I'm sure. Yeah, I could go that way. And then we'll just tip it that way. And then I'll slide this over that way. See, now you can see everything. And everything is close up. I'm learning how to use that remote for the camera a little bit better. I am going to take, I got one thing right here. This is another coin holder. What I'm going to do is take this and route out these little places right there so that they'll actually hold something in a capsule. So you can stand capsule coins up in there. I'm going to do that for one of these. Because I put everything I want to keep in capsules anyway. I got some here that aren't in capsules, but are going to be in capsules. Well, some of them, they really don't have to be in capsules to protect them. So maybe I'll just leave them out. But, stuff like this, some of the stuff I put in capsules or comes in capsules anyway. All right. All you guys know, I am an Army vet. I am retired. I had 20 years and some change. I was a master sergeant when I retired. In 1975, that's when I enlisted. I enlisted for the 2nd Battalion, 75th Rangers in Fort Lewis, Washington. And when I got to airborne school, I got sick, was sent home, came back, and I got orders for the 1st Infantry Division. So no airborne school, no Rangers. Went to the 1st Infantry Division. Spent 3 years as a radio mechanic, fixing radios for a brigade. So I was like the 3rd higher echelon of maintenance before it went to depot. And did that. Then toward the end, I was also a crypto custodian. So I'd access the crypto vault because the crypto machines had to be attached to the radios. And so when we got a new radio repairman, I went to the crypto vault because they had an opening there. And then from the crypto vault, I went to, I was also additional duty as a unit R&U man, a repair and utilities man. So I got to do that for a while. And then as an R&U man, and the crypto vault got a new operator, I became assistant unit supply sergeant. And I did that for 6 months. So a really varied tour there. Anyway, I got out. I was still in the inactive reserves. Hey, Big Nasty. Hey, Jenna. How are you? How are you doing today? Anyway, I got out, was in the inactive reserves for a year and 6 months. And then I joined an active reserve unit in Wilmer, Minnesota, because I was logging up there at the time. And we were going to stay up there, so I might as well join a reserve unit. It was a 825th supply company. And we took orders in from units that were ordering parts. We ordered them from the different suppliers, got them in from the different suppliers, and then shipped them to the units. That's what we did. But I was the chief radio operator for the unit. At that time, I think I was an E5. Yeah, I think I was a sergeant, an E5. No, I was still an E4. I was still a specialist E4. I was part of the mafia. Anyway, my employer went bankrupt, and I did the only thing I knew how to do at the time, and that was Army. So I re-enlisted in the United States Army. I thought we might as well go for it all the way. Let's see. At that time, I would have been how old? 19, 22, 23. I'd have been right about 23, going on 24 years old. So I enlisted for the 10th Special Forces Group, Fort Devens, Massachusetts. Got to be airborne qualified, already been to basic and AIT, so I went to airborne school. Again, went through airborne school this time, passed. I went to the Special Forces qualification course. Made it through first phase, went to second phase, got all the way through second phase, radio operator. Would have been 18 Echo before it was 18 series. So it would have been 25 Charlie, 30, I don't know, whatever the radio operator was then. And got to second phase, made it all the way through second phase up to sending and receiving Morse code at 13 words per minute. Send and receive. Oh, I can send at 18-20 groups a minute. I just can't write it down that fast. And I was terminated from the radio corps, or the radio operator course. Went to the commander of the school, which was a Medal of Honor winner at the time. Didn't know that. And his name escapes me right now. And we tried to get into, me and another guy tried to get into, because I think there were 4 of us or 5 of us that got terminated. Tried to get into the engineer course, the demo course, and they wouldn't let us for some reason. I don't know why. Well, the other 3 or 4 guys that got terminated with me, they went to the 82nd Airborne, where a lot of guys go that get terminated from the course. And then I went to, because I had a contract, went to the 10th Special Forces Group, got assigned to Signal Company, Base Operations Platoon 2 in the receiver section. And guess what I was doing? Setting up a base receiver section. I was receiving Morse code from the deployed detachments and breaking code. That's what I did. What I was terminated for is what I was doing for the next 3 years. So I got, in 1983, I got out of the 10th Special Forces Group at the same time, the same day. I enlisted in the 12th Special Forces Group, United States Army Reserves. Why? Because I was getting out of the active Army and going to the reserves, because I had already made a commitment to go to DeVry University, or for electronics for my associate's degree in electronics, and I was getting married. When I got out, I got married, and we moved to Kansas City. Now, this is from Poor Boy, Iowa, Country Boy, Iowa. Already been in the Army twice, so 6 years of active and 6 months of reserve time. Still in reserve. Well, the 12th Special Forces Group HHD 1st Battalion, headquarters detachment was in Richards Gabar Air Force Base, just south of Kansas City. So that worked out. And I and my wife, new wife, moved to Kansas City, where we got an apartment. I started going to school, working part-time jobs. She found a full-time job, and I was in the reserves. So let's read chat. Sicker than a dog for the last few days. Man. Getting close, though. You know what, Jenna? We used to call a vaporizer as a nebulizer. And my mom used to put water in it, and then it would heat it up and blow steam out, but it would blow steam across this little tray that had Vicks in it. And that filled up the room with a Vicks like spray, misted the air, and you breathe that all night long. That worked wonders. Well, is it a boy or a girl? If it's a boy, I can see why he's kicking. If it's a girl, that means it's going to be a hard one to raise. Boys generally do that, but if it's a girl, she's going to be a hard one to raise. All right. Anyway, Kansas City. Went to school. See, that was in 83. I think I got out of school in 86 with an associate's degree. I was a chief radio dude, repair guy at HHD, 1st Special Forces Headquarters Detachment, 1st Battalion, 12th Special Forces Group. And then we moved to Kansas City. I got a job with the Department of the Army, working on United States Army Reserve unit radios. When they sent them in, they couldn't fix them, then they sent them to me. And then I was the next level of maintenance before they got sent to depot and got rebuilt. So I joined. I was thinking about Signal Company because Signal Company's there, Service Company is there, 77th MI is there, 305th PSYOP is there, and Group Headquarters is there. 12th Group Headquarters is there. I thought about going to Signal Company because that's what I've done my whole life. But when I was in DeVry at Kansas City and with the detachment down there, I went through the Special Forces qualification course again. And when I passed, I got my S qualifier. Then I got my tab. S qualifier would have been denoting Special Forces. A P qualifier would have been denoting parachute qualified. And then I got my tab, which was my Special Forces tab that goes on my shoulder. All right. So I decided to go to B Company 1st Battalion, which was also at Arlington Heights, Illinois, which is only like, 45 minutes to an hour from where I live down in Bolingbrook. And so I joined there. I got assigned to ODA 124 because I was qualified as, guess what? A fucking engineer, a demo guy. I blew shit up and I built shit, which is what I wanted to go back to the course for when I got fucking terminated in 1980. So 6 years later, I finally made a team. So guess what my secondary job was? I was the assistant commo sergeant for the team. Rich Walton was the primary commo sergeant. I was a primary demo sergeant, but also the assistant commo sergeant. Wonderful. I was already trained in another MOS. Let's see. We did go to school with that team. I went to Russian language school, which I remember none of because we didn't finish it. Funding got pulled or something. Then Special Forces areas got moved around, and then we were Middle East focused. So then I went to Saudi Arabic school, and I still have the tapes and the books from that, and I still remember a little. Assalamu alaikum. I do remember that. Wa assalamu alaikum. Or I say alaikum. Hold up. Wa kumu alaikum. Something like that. I have to think about it for a little bit. I do remember assalamu alaikum. Anyway, the teams got shuffled around. I went to ODA 121 for, I don't know, a year, probably. Anyway, I was kind of a commo sergeant there. Rich went there too, so I and him shared the commo duties. I think I was a Charlie, with a demo guy, and everything got shifted again. And then I went to ODA 122. Was sent to operations and intel school. Past that, went to Halo school. Past that, I became the team sergeant for ODA 122 until 2014, when the 12 Special Forces Group was deactivated. We were actually alerted during that time, but we never mobbed for Desert Storm. So I'm a Desert Storm era vet. I enlisted at the end of Vietnam, so I'm a Vietnam era vet. And I had, 14 months left to retire when the 12th group got deactivated. So rather than, I looked for other units in Iowa because we were going to move to Iowa because I was losing my Department of the Army job at the same time, because I got given to the National Guard. I had to stay in the reserves. I looked all over Iowa for a Master Sergeant E8 slot, and they are very few and far between. Could not find one. So I ended up taking a slot with 85th Training Division at Arlington Heights, Illinois, and traveling from southern Iowa, southeast Iowa, to Arlington Heights, Illinois, and RSTing, which allowed me to do weekend drills with other units in Iowa looking for an E8 slot and fulfill my reserve requirements. And after 14 months, I retired with 20 years and some change. 85th Division didn't want to let me go, but they had no choice. So that was it. The 85th Division's a piece of shit, and I'll never forgive them for what they did at the end of my career. So they can suck it. Every other unit I was ever in was a good goddamn unit, had good commanders. Short on NCOs, but had good commanders. I had good NCOs in 1st Infantry Division. I had good NCOs and officers down at the HHD 1st Battalion 12 Special Forces Group. Short on NCOs up at the 825th Supply Company in Willmar. They had a couple good ones, but short on them. They needed more. And The 10th group, I had great NCOs, great NCOs. Uh, my my receiver section sergeant was Sergeant Wallace, Bob Wallace from West Virginia. And Bob, if you're out there, no, I didn't, but I know who did. And probably the same guy that accused me of doing it. And he's also from West Virginia and a pilot and a piece of shit. Anyway, Bob was a decent dude. He was a Winter Ranger qualified, SF qualified, all around good dude. Stood up for me in court when I had a drunken driving charge. So, Bob, if you're out there, if you ever see this, no, I didn't. Anyway, I got some coins here. You know what? I don't have any 85th Division coins. You want to know why? Because 85th Division Training Division can suck it. I have, right off the bat, my 1st Infantry Division coin. It's got the Army deal on the back, but my 1st Infantry Division coin. I'm looking for it'd be a Vietnam era 2nd Brigade pin. I'm still looking for that if I can find it. That we used to wear on our hats. Back then I was a leg, so I had a cunt cap. You know, the little thing that looked like a folder, like a folding wallet. Then I told you I was out for a year and 6 months, and I went to the reserves, active reserves again. And this is what I can find. I was in the 103rd, but it wasn't the infantry division then. It was 103rd COSCOM, Corps Support Command. It was 103rd Corps Support Command. Still had the cactus, though. It went to an infantry division, and then now it is the 103rd Sustainment Command, which is the same thing as a Corps Support Command, basically. The Cactus Division. But it just wasn't infantry. When I went through it, it was a Corps Support Command. And it's got the Army logo on the back, but this one's colorized. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. Come on, focus, you little bitch. Wants to focus on everything else but that. See? It'll focus on it. Just got to black out everything else in the background. All right. Then I went into Special Forces. And I have a couple of 10th group coins here. Now I got to find them all. Hold up a second. That's a 12th group coin. Here's my 10th group coin. Yep. Here's my 10th group coin. Oh, God, this camera. Here's my 10th group coin. I was a sergeant there. And you'll notice that my MOS was 31 Victor 2 Papa, 2 meaning I was a sergeant. If it was a 1, I'd have been an E4 or below. And P means I was parachute qualified from July of 82 to July of 83. And July of 83 is when I joined the 12th and went back into the Special Forces qualification course. All right, that's that one. Then I got this one. Oh, no, that's 12 too. Where's my gold-plated 10th? Damn it. Where did that one go? Uh-oh. I'm missing one. I have a gold plate. No, it's sterling silver. Sterling silver. Yeah, that's what that is. I think this one is sterling silver. Pretty sure. Pretty sure that one's a sterling silver coin. All right, I got that. Now, the gold plated one was in the 12th group. All right, I went to ODA 124. I don't believe I have a 124 coin. I might have. We'll see on this one. This is a 12 Special Forces Group coin also. Come on. Oh, that's Master Sergeant. So I think it was ODA 122 at the time. Yep, ODA, SF ODA 122. So that was my last, that was my last team I was with. Where is ODA 121? No. Huh. Boy, I'm missing some. I thought I saw it yesterday. Where is it, man? I thought I saw it yesterday. ODA 121, maybe. Yeah, right here. I don't have my name on this one, but see down there on that ribbon is where the name should be. But it's number 20, 25, 23. And you'll notice right up there, 121B1. I don't think I have a 124 coin. I'm going to have to get one. Okay, so we got that one, and that one we've shown. I also have a gold-plated 12 group coin. I put in a capsule. I just thought it was neat. I think that's ODA 122 also when I got it. What does it say on there anyway? Oh, it says Team Sergeant on the bottom. Yeah, that's my Team Sergeant coin. All right, so we got those. And this is a Ranger coin I have. I found this in a box of tokens. It's for third bat. I am not Ranger qualified. I tried to get back to Ranger school. The whole time I was SF qualified, never got back to Ranger school. But this one's going to a Ranger. I don't know if he's in third bat, but I'm not keeping this. I'm giving it to a Ranger I know over in St. Ansgar, and there's one in Osage too. So I'm going to give this coin to them. I didn't want somebody to have it that didn't know what it was and thought it was just a token. So I'm giving it to them. Now we'll put that in the back there. My daughter had a boyfriend and they ride motorcycles together yet, but he is a Minnesota chapter 48-2 of the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, CVMA. So a bunch of guys from the Iraq-Afghan era. Let's see if I can get the card to show up a little better for you. And I'm right by southern Minnesota. I'm only 5 miles away, so. And there's their website if you guys are interested. I tried to get Shift Kicker involved, but she was a little busy at the time. So if you want to look them up, there's websites and emails. And although I don't think they're not living together anymore, she went and bought another house, but they live close enough that they still ride together. So I don't know if they're boyfriend, girlfriend anymore. I don't know. He was he went to Iraq during Desert Storm. He was an MP. No, not during Desert Storm. The last Iraq war. And he was an MP. So he did route reconnaissance and route security. And so I'm sure he saw some IEDs and shit like that. Never asked him, don't want to. If he wants to tell me, he will. All right, I got some other stuff here. Even though I'm not National Guard, I was reserves. All of my team when the 12th got deactivated went to the 20th Special Forces Group, made a provisional company in Chicago so they could take in all the Special Forces knowledge and assets and not let them go to waste. So all of my team went to that group, the 20th Special Forces Group, National Guard. They got deployed to Afghanistan. Here I am in a fucking reserve unit because I had to be because of my job. And I didn't get deployed any fucking where. So whether that's fortunate, unfortunate, you don't train for 20 years to do something and then are not allowed to do it. So I got pissed. I'm pissed off that I didn't get to go. But I got some National Guard coins from the guys. $350 coin, which I think is kind of cool. A lot of these won't stand up. That's why I have that card back there. This one's colored. I kind of like this one. And I do like the eagle. And then I got this one right here. Is kind of a neat one too. It's a 2002 leadership coin. Uh-oh, Pfeiffer barking at something. What's Pfeiffer barking at? I don't think there's anybody here, bud. I don't think there's anybody here. I think you're just crazy barking at stuff. Let's see. All right. Here's all my WWP coins from the last 3-4 years. I got a 2025 WWP. I got my wife might be home. She had to go to work at 2 this morning. This is 2024, 2025, 2024. And for some reason, I'm missing a 2023 coin. I got 2022. I don't know where they all went. Put them back there. Also, a big advocate of POW MIAs during the Vietnam era when I was in the 1st Special Forces Group. And here's another POW MIA coin. This actual coin. A 50-cent piece. Don't ask me the year. I'm sure I can see it someplace in there. Then I got a Space Force coin. Of course, I had to have one of those. You know, I had to get a Space Force coin. I had to get a Coast Guard coin. This one's aluminum here. I actually think that's kind of cool. Aluminum coin. My neighbor's boy, John, who I knew while he was in school, he joined the Army and he was actually in the 705th EOD. And this was their coin, which I thought was cool shape. He gave me one when he came back from deployment. Which I thought was neat. One reason is it's got EOD wings on, which you don't see very often. I also have some more 12th group coins here. I should probably, well, they're not 12th group, but they're my Jumpmaster coin, which I am a static line Jumpmaster. I don't have my name on that one either. One of these days I'll get them engraved. I am Halo qualified, so there's my Halo coin, which I don't have my name on. Halo is high altitude, low opening, and low opening is relative. Which coin is this? Oh, this is a special operations coin. I got one just to have one, because that's what we're part of, Special Operations Command. I mean, I do like the Trojan horse, so. And then here's my 30-year coin, Special Forces 30-year coin. I should probably get the 10-year coin. They give them out at conventions. It's got all flashes on, the beret flashes. All right, let me look at chat one more time here. I don't know. Yeah, boys do a lot of kicking. That's from what I understand. I had all girls, so. Boys are hard to raise when they're young, easier when they get in their teens. Girls, on the other hand, are harder to raise, or easier to raise when they're very young, and harder to raise when they're in their teens. Why? With boys, you only got to worry about one dick. With girls, you got to worry about every dick. So, hey, Tarragonsu found us. Hey, buddy. I was just going through some military coins, military themed coins. I don't have them all, but I would like to get, and I did one other video. I did show my first Special Service Force coins from Canada. And those are also military themed because Special Forces in the United States, we take our lineage from the first Special Service Force. So, but I did show them at one time. Otherwise, this table would be too full of stuff. I did go to a welcome home ceremony in 2015 in, where the hell was it? Algona, Iowa. It was called Operation LZ, Welcome Home to Vietnam Vets. And I took a ride on a Huey for the last time. That'll be the last time I ever ride on a Huey again. I jumped out of them. I rappelled out of them. I worked on them for 11 years up at Glenview Naval Air Station as an avionics mechanic and a night vision device mechanic. I'll never ride on another Huey ever again, I don't think, unless the what is that unit that saves aircraft and they come back around? Confederate Air Force. So anyway, that's that medal. Then what we got over there? Oh, I'll show you this one back here. This one's a regular Army coin, but I got it still in a TEP. I thought it was kind of neat. It's official Army. Come on, you. Quit focusing on that shit. There. Licensed product of the U.S. Army. So I got that one too, just for the hell of it. And then we had those two we showed before. Lay them down. We can lay the card down. All right. What do we got here? Let's go with this one. This is a Army license coin too. This one shows us guys loading on the back of an aircraft, CH-47 to be precise. Now, whether that's for a deployment or for a jump, I don't know. Doesn't look like it's for a jump, but I've jumped out of plenty of them, and we looked like that. What do we got here? That one goes over here with this one. All right, what do we got right here? I got a Gurkha coin. I served with, trained with some Gurkhas. Trained with, not served with, trained with some Gurkhas. So I got a Gurkha coin, which is kind of neat. What do we got here? One of my favorite coins, Carpe Diem and the Memento Mori. Huh. A little bronzer. United States Bicentennial. Freedom Liberty coin, but I like the tree in the front, the flag, the drummer boy, and that is United States Army. That's a thank you coin. How about this one? What do we got here? Ah, shit, be upside down, wouldn't it? It's collaboration with St. Louis Mint and whatever the other mint is there. Oh, but it is this one. Tet Offensive Vietnam with the Vietnam War Memorial on it. And let's look at this one. Everybody likes that one. Everybody likes that one. Then, of course, we got United States flags. And this one has got my camo on it. My BDU camo. And I do hunt deer, so, you know, what the hell. And then this one, it's a nicely toned, from a place you will not know, comes around you will, or comes a sound you will not hear. And if you can see the sniper and the rifle in there, you're great. But it's green tone nicely with a crosshair on the back. And then we got the colorized bar one too. All right. Let's move these up. Let's move this out of the way. Move these up. Move these out of the way. Let's go with this one. This is, who made this one? Anyway, it's 1.9 ounce. Merce Metals? Yeah, I think it's a Merce Metals. United States veteran. I think I probably got it at WWP. It's a 2023. Got that one. And we got this one. I think the United States Army coin. Yeah. And that one's a blank back. So you can write whatever you want on it. I haven't. Here's my Vietnam era veteran coin. It does say Vietnam veteran, it says Vietnam era. So I had one uncle who went to Vietnam, and he was a fuel handler, Uncle Joe. Uncle Jim, his older brother, was also chosen to go, but he went to Germany as a truck driver. They didn't have any truck drivers in Vietnam. God, hell no. That one is toned up nicely too. That one's toned up very nice too. And then I got one from, where is this one from? Mutiny. And it's got my helmet on, steel pot. it doesn't have a Kevlar, so that's why I got this one. There you go, Mutiny Metals. That's why I got that one. All right, and we're gonna bring this bunch over. Leave that one, sit down there. Here you go. Here's Operation Welcome Home, Desert Storm vets. That's a 2-ouncer too. Here's another Desert Storm. Like I say, I got alerted for it. Never mowed. Didn't even go to a mow station. Here's another Vietnam. I think it's Vietnam. Let me see here. I'm on you. Yep, Vietnam Veterans of America. Mount Clemens, Michigan. I got this from a guy. I forget who it was. What's chat saying? Thanks, Seven. Thank you for stopping by and hitting that like button. Yeah, Tarragonsu. When I went to Chicago, Illinois, from Kansas City, my first job was radio repairman, and it was land-based radios and stuff. And it was at a certain wage grade. I think it was a wage grade 9. And a job opening came open in Glenview, Illinois, at the Glenview Naval Air Station for an avionics mechanic. So I put in for that job. It was a wage grade 10 or 11 job, wage grade 11 job. And I put in for that job and I got selected for it. And I went up and I worked on avionics on Hueys and OH-58s for 11 years. I think we had one Cobra AH-1 and we had one UH-60, but all the rest were OH-58 Scout helicopters and UH-1H Hueys, because the company that had the helicopters, and it was a transportation company. That's what it was. So they're transporting helicopters, by air. Transporting stuff by air is what I want to say. Okay, what do I got here? We got a wall. Which one is this? Tomb of the Unknown. Okay, Tomb of the Unknown. And what do we got here? We got a couple coppers. Let's see, what is this one? I'm thinking it's a Vietnam. Yeah, Vietnam Veteran National Medal. And then what do we got here? Another copper. Vietnam Veterans 575. It's not the national medal, but just a copper. Just a copper. And then we got this one, Desert Storm. Another Desert Storm coin. And it has the Hutt River province on it. Worth $25. That's a new, what mint? New Queensland mint. I don't think it's worth $25. This right here is the first actual, and see, it's the same coin, but it's 5. See, it says 5. New Queensland mint, $5. And it's the same coin, but this one says the world's first legal tender Desert Storm coin. And then it gives a breakdown of the aircraft, the H-64. Now, if you wanted more information, I got to pull it out. Now, does that mean that other one is worth $25? I don't know. See, it does have a little story in there. So maybe there are 4 in that set. I haven't pulled this out to ever look at it, but I will read it and see. There might be 4 in that set. That just tells about the Apache. Wow. It really doesn't want to, does it? There you go. Yeah, I guess there are 4 in that collection. And I'll probably get them all at one time or another. But, all right, then we got a couple more here. And we're just about done because this is getting too long. The United States Mint. This is the 2012 Infantry Soldier Proof Silver Dollar. Oh, come on, you son of a bitch. There you go. And there's the coin specs, of course, just like all. Just like all mint coins. Be upside down, of course. Cross rifles, infantry. There you go. Infantry soldier of 2012. All right, let's put that one in there. Wait a minute. Where's my box? Right here. Okay. You go in there. You go in there also. You go on top. You slide in there. Okay. And then what do we got here? We have the 250th anniversary of the United States Army Silver Eagle. Okay. Where is the COA for this one? In here. All right, of course. Here is the COA for this one. This is 999 silver and 1 troy ounce. All right. Here's the coin. Now, see if you can see what's different on this coin. That privy's the only thing. It's got the U.S. Army logo as a privy. And it's a Type 2. And it's a W. The West Point Mint. And I believe that's about all I got for today. And I think we're over an hour. So, oh no, I have one left. I have one left. And you see it sitting right there. You see it? You see it? Move you out of the way. Talons of Service and Sacrifice, #1 in the series. They created, there were only 3 made or 5 made? 3 made and a prototype, so I think there's only 4. Made by Angry Warrior Tackle Box. I got at the WWP auction last year, I think. All right. Now I think that's all I got for today. I couldn't get the prototype, but I did get number 1, and I was happy to get that. So, all right. Put this one back over here. That goes back in my bedroom. I have a little stand that has all my little coins on over there. All right. That's it. We're at 1 hour and 5 minutes. Your brother-in-law is a tank and vehicle mechanic for the Canadian Army. Yeah. Oh, we could have. I have pictures of a lot of Hueys and Kiowas. I have pictures of a U2. Wasn't supposed to take a picture, but I got a picture. And I don't think I have a picture of an SR-71. I'd like to, but I don't have one. Anyway, yeah, you could take pictures of the stuff. None of that stuff was classified or anything, but I mean, they're just a regular Huey helicopter. I have pictures of us rappelling. I have pictures of us being, we did the damn jungle extraction, hanging on the end, dangling on the end of a rope, 2 of us getting flown around. That was me and Command Sergeant Major Getzinger on that rope. This is for a quick extraction, not a jungle. It was not a jungle penetrator, but it was 2 slings. Let's see. What else I got pictures of? I don't know if I got a picture of that last Huey I was on over at the welcome home ceremony. I got to sit and I didn't care where I was at as long as I was in it. I got to sit in the gunner's chair though. So I sat in the gunner's seat for that flight. That was all right. Yeah, it had the gun mount on and everything. Yeah, so yeah. With the Eagle privy on it. That's a nice one. You get the first one of the 4. Yeah. Let's see. I got that one. Hold on. Where'd that other one go? Ain't that one. Here. There. How about this? How come I have one? Hold up. I got one that says 25. Look at this. It says 25 on it. $25. You see that? New Queensland Mint, Hutt River Province. It's got the AH-64 on it and the tank. 1991. Okay, then I have this one. It's the same coin, but it's $5. Everything is the same. Also the same with the AH-64 and a tank. This is 1991. This one is, come on, fucker, 1991. Everything is the same on these 2 coins. Why? One is $5, one is $25. The $25 one is silver. This one is nickel. Okay, that explains that. But they should both be legal tender then. They should both be legal tender. Is what I'm thinking. Right? Tergansu? You know more about this shit than I do. I don't know where the hell or why I got those 2 and not the other one. but, or the other two, but that's what I thought. Very seldom do you see a 1 ounce silver coin that's actually worth almost what silver was worth at the time when I got it. So, what was it? What year was that? 91? I probably got this in 2000 ish, someplace, but I don't know when. But yeah, minted in Van Nuys, California. But this thing says right here, the nickel one anyway. Desert Storm coins. That's where they're sold by, but I don't know. I thought it said made in. Hold up. Minted by the New Queensland Mint. So that would be in Australia. Probably sold by the Continental Coin Corporation or whoever this was. Desert Storm Coin, yeah. Van Nuys, California. Yeah, they sell a whole set of nickel coins, I think for 24, 25 bucks. That's what they were. They got F-117 stealth fighter. They got a M1 tank. They got an infantry soldier, and they got what the hell? A rocket of some kind. Yeah, got some kind of a missile. So how come I have an Apache helicopter? I see. I don't understand that, but really, that's what that's selling for, huh? Well, I know I didn't give that much for it. I know I didn't give that much for it. So I probably should get the whole set of nickel ones just to see if they still have them. I should probably call them just to see if they still have them. I think I will, as a matter of fact. So as soon as I get done with the live, I think I'm going to go and call them and see. Hey, you still got that series of coins? And they're probably nickel. I would imagine they're all nickel then. And I imagine they're probably more than $24. Mail your check for $24 now, or call toll free. Act quickly before this limited edition is sold out. Yeah, they're probably sold out. Who knows? I really don't need the whole set of nickels, but nickel coins. But what the hell, you know? As long as I'm collecting series. $240 range for that coin. I can't believe that. I wonder if they have the whole set in silver too. I'll bet that is pricey. That says the New Queensland Mint, Hutt River Province, and that's in Australia. Huh. That's crazy, but that's what we got. Yeah, I got some more military themed coins. I didn't go through all of the ammo boxes that are out there. I didn't look in all of the drawers, but I already showed you the first Special Service Force coins that are military. I do have a Civil War set. I do have a war nickel set. I'm just thinking of military coins that I have. I think the other ones would be commemoratives. I don't think I have any other sets other than those two that are military related. I think that's about it, man. That is from Australia. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking also. Yeah, just resellers because a lot of gun. I have like an old Lee Enfield over here from World War II that was imported. See, it was made in Australia, so it never left Australia. So it got imported from Australia to California, and the guy that owned that import company was a retired CIA agent. Started an arms importing company. Imported that rifle. Where it went in the United States, I don't know. I rebuilt it to its original specs, and it's in my gun case now. It's an A5 jungle carbine. It was made toward the end of World War II, for World War II, but never got into combat. So it stayed in Australia where it was made, and then got imported to the United States. And the importer's name and everything is still on the barrel. They stamped everything on the barrel. So that's how I tracked all that down. But that was kind of neat doing that research. Um, I don't do as much research on coins as I should. I just buy them and put them away. I guess maybe someday when my daughters open up all those ammo boxes, they go, "What the fuck is in here?" Then they're gonna find them all. I try to keep a list. I got a big list down there, fucking file, but every 6 months I got to go through them coins and redo them inventories because I have no clue. So, all right, well, that's it, guys. That's an hour and 17 minutes. I'm done. I'm out. I'm glad you got to see some. Um, I learned a little something too. So, thanks, guys. We'll see you later. Boo! Boo! Boo!